Welcome to my first ever live stream. I am just so excited. I've been reading the chat. I can see you all. Oh my God, we've all connected. This is absolutely amazing. You're all over the globe. I need to make some kind of map. I need to start putting pins in things. I mean, really, it does look a little bit like I'm already in a bunker. So we should probably have lots of maps everywhere and red string. If I look down here, it's just because I'm reading your chat, but most of the time I'm going to try to face you as much as possible. Everybody, wow, we've got people, Belgium, South Africa, Vitor, hello my friend, Fred Berger is there, Doc Goten, yay, you're all here. Mike Martin, hey Mike Martin, thank you very much earlier for the little sticker. I really appreciate it. I thought that was lovely. So for all of you who are new here, my name is Diane. Hello. I'm a stand-up comedian and I thought I would try something a bit different. I thought I would just try something that's a cross between kind of a live stream and a podcast because I can't get out to the clubs, but you're all still here. It's going to be wonderful. Admin. Please follow me on all my social media. You are already following me, but you never know. There may be people who watch this in the future. Hello, future people. I'm sorry you couldn't be there for the live stream, but hey, hopefully there'll be another one. So we'll see. Let's have a quick look. Oh, somebody's written die, die, die. That's exciting. You sound just like I had a lecturer in university who never said my name in a non-aggressive fashion. It was never die, it was die. She was charming. I still passed, so baka. Oh, Vitor, thank you very much for the super chat. I know you said you were going to send me fudge, and I love fudge, but it's okay. I mean, I think the lockdown is lifting. I don't know. I don't ask. But we're not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to have a nice time, all of us together, and just have a little bit of a chat, really. It's kind of a bit more mellow. You know, for those of you who are new, I make these videos that are very intense, wouldn't you say, babe?
Yeah, pretty intense.
Pretty intense. They're
funny.
They are funny. Can I just introduce you all to hello people in Switzerland? No, you can't just put an eyebrow in. This is Kevin, everyone.
Hi.
This way, babe.
This television's really confusing.
Yeah, no, now they can see all the crap in the background. Shit. Hi, Michael, love you too. Fuck, I've got chocolate on the pillow. Fuck. Right. Someone said, please refrain from using foul language. Streamlabs said that. What, me? I can't be refraining from using foul language. That's kind of my thing. Oh, Sugar Puffs, have I got a setting on that I didn't know about?
Some people said hi to me in the chat, so I'm just saying hi back. Sorry.
It's great. It's great. Yes. Hello, Kevin. Oh, hi, Chisel. I do mellow, actually. Yes. Hello, Turner and Leeds. Right. So, what is today? Well, today I thought it would be fun to. Kevin is now chuckling about the things that people are writing about him. I knew he would do this.
Bill Oddie.
A young Bill Oddie? Oh my God. Well, that's ruined my wanking for the next. Oh my God. Oh no, I think Streamlabs is trying to tell people off. I don't know. I've not. If you want to use bad language, I don't think it's going to be unnecessary. Neil Roper, thank you so much for the super chat. Or is that a sticker?
It says unboxing.
Unboxing. Oh, that's exciting. So, I don't know what these warnings are from Streamlabs. It's something I clearly have to fix. Thank you all so much for being here at the right time. Wasn't that an exciting few social media posts where clearly I am suffering from lockdown lag and I have no idea how to communicate time to people anymore because it doesn't exist. Wondrous. Oh, there are a couple of actual questions. Oh, if they don't like foul language, then fuck off. I agree. I mean, God, we have enough pressing down on us. We don't need to be told off. You keep getting told off by Streamlabs, Cadden, McGuinness. Never mind, McInnes. Sorry. Right. So this ignition, I wanted to call it that because it's it's a spark, it's the beginning, and ignitions can go really great or not so great. And I thought it would be fun just to try this. It's kind of like a live podcast where we can interact. Excuse me. And I want to tell you things. I've got a wee little structure. There may also be a quiz. And I just thought we could sort of interact in the live space. And we'll see how this goes. This may be the first of many. This may be utterly shambolic. So, I mean, if it is shambolic, we might just do more of this. Right. So, Kevin, you're going to keep reading the chat.
I'm going to try keep reading the chat, but I read real slow.
Okay. Kevin says.
Talk to me. I'm not interested.
I don't know if you picked that up. Kevin said that unless you're talking to him, he's not interested. So that's great. Bad Cat says, when is your next show? Oh, my darling, can I tell you, I so miss show 9. Ed H, thank you so much for the super chat. Hang on, I could do this. Cha-cha. Show 9, can I tell you? Oh my God, may I show you something? So, for the video that I'm making now, I make those behind the mic videos. The one that I'm constructing now, I'm very excited about. It was actually a challenge that my friend sent to me, and I've got all these are my writing books. This is lockdown madness. That's what this is. I've now been colouring in my writing books.
What do they mean? Do those ones mean something?
These are not symbolic. They don't mean anything really. But these are one of the show 9 books. I've actually got 3 more.
Maybe you should ask me. I should be like your glamorous assistant. I should fetch things for you.
You should be my glamorous assistant. Mike Martin, thank you so much for the super chat. And for the sticker. I saw the sticker. It really cheered me up. Thank you very much. Yeah, these are the show 9 books. And got enough material in there, hopefully. But it's interesting that you ask that because what I wanted to talk about today was actually the things that I miss about the circuit. And I know that if we take this further, we'll talk about different things. And I'd like you to let me know in the comments. I'd like you to let me know sort of as we go on if we decide to pursue this. A, whether we should pursue it. That's quite an interesting question. And B, what we can talk about. Because I reckon we could do this on a semi-regular basis. But yeah, I wanted, and I will fix Streamlabs. I will fix that. I can see it telling a lot of people off for using bad language, but
That's what you should know. It's not telling anyone else. No one knows what you're talking about.
Oh, no one knows what I'm talking about.
It's just telling you off.
Streamlabs is sending me notifications that people
don't even know what Streamlabs is.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Right, okay. I'm using software called Streamlabs to broadcast this to you, and it's telling me when people are swearing.
No, I think it's telling when you're swearing.
Or it might be telling me when I'm swearing. How exciting.
Yeah, blow your nose on stuff.
I'm sorry. I either blow my nose or it's running. I'm so sorry, everyone. Oh, wait, it's live. Fuckity fuck Streamlabs.
Carly's quite interested in your quiz.
Carly's... Well, we will get to the quiz. So... Hannah has a question. Did you have to announce yourself in Hurricane Diane? It most likely. Most of the time I announce myself in most of my specials. But Kevin did Noob, and I think Kevin also did Exquisite Bad Taste. So, yeah. I'm most happy to take any questions. But what we will go on with is... before I begin, can I just say thank you? Oh, shit. Thank you to my wall of sponsors. Thank you very much. These are people who have chucked me some cash at PayPal, which is just wonderful. I used the money to buy coffee and pens and gin. But very kind, and thank you very much. If you would like to become a sponsor, there is my PayPal, but there is no pressure. If you are just here, I am happy you are here, and that is all we can ask for. I love connection. That is what I love. And I love the fact that you've taken the time to come and spend it with me. I love the fact that you're writing to me in the chat. Do you know what? I can't wait to go back through this chat and properly read it. I'm really excited about that. So if you want to leave me a little poem or a limerick, I really don't mind.
Van Kampen says they could swear in Dutch.
You could swear in Dutch?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry about it, lovely. You swear in whatever. I mean, if you swear in Dutch, I won't know what you're doing. So you might, if you can swear in English, that would be most appreciated. Oh, Schleimkeim 77. I'm too baked for quizzes. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's begin, shall we? The first thing I want to talk to you about is exactly why we're kind of all here. It's one of the things that I miss and love and fear and delight in most about the circuit. Thing number one, the crowd. So, one of the really exciting things about being a stand-up comedian is obviously being in the room with people. And this is why what I'm doing now with Ignition, I don't want to do my stand-up. Knowing me, I will probably start leaking little jokes of Show 9 into this.
Sound like diarrhea.
Wow, Kevin just said I make jokes sound like diarrhea.
You can hear me just fine.
Yeah, you can hear him. Should I angle the mic just in case? Will you speak up? Schleimkeim 77. This is exclusively for gin. You know me so well. Thank you. I mean, five. The 5 will go on the gin. That is a gin. That is definitely a gin. Thank you. The crowds. I miss the crowds. You know what? That's why I don't want to film Show 9 until I can get a crowd together. Even though, like, sometimes there are sound issues with the recording. I get so many comments on my YouTube channel with people saying, oh, the sound's fucked. And I'm like, dude, I can't fix that. Being live in the room with people is one of the most exciting things, but it can also be one of the most terrifying things depending on who the crowd are. Now, please put a 1 in the chat if you have ever been on a stag or hen do. I'm going to translate bachelorette, or what's a bachelor's party? Would that be it in America? If if you've ever been on one of those and they force
the
you
worst
to...
translation I've ever seen.
I'm brilliant at translation. You're such a cynic. You see, in England we call them hen-dos, and in America we call them bachelorettes. I call them last chance finger buffet. So give me a 1 in the chat if you've ever been on a hen-do and somebody's dragged you to a comedy club. Give me a 2 if you have not. Go, 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 go. See, yeah, couple of people. 3. Oh my God, where were you? Were you like dragged there, but then in the toilet? I want sparkles. Oh, Alana, I'm not wearing any sparkles right now.
Wait, shall I go and find some sparkles?
You can get me some sparkles if you like, babe. You can get me. We've
Will it
got
mess
sparkles.
with your outfit if I choose them?
No, just grab me a jacket, darling. Grab me a jacket. I've got these. They're reasonably sparkly. Oh, see, a lot of you have. Stag night, bachelor party in the USA. I'm going to read the chat. My boyfriend is hesitant. But mainly most of you haven't. Okay, a lot of people are now coming out with the 2s. The 2s are coming strong. Carly Smallman, you're here. Okay, the 2s are coming strong. Okay. Well, let me share with you something. When you walk into a comedy club, there are some clubs that exclusively trade on the bachelor, hen-do, stag-do market. And one of my first ever paid gigs... Oh, let me wear the sparkly jacket while I discuss my gigs. Yeah, mate. Alana, I hope you're happy. We've sparkled this shit up, baby. So...
I'll make it sparkly.
Yeah, sparkle me. Sparkle me.
Sparkle you.
It's not a UV light, but yeah, kind of sparkle me.
Try and make it work.
Stop. Love you. Did somebody just write pie? Did somebody just write the answer? That's pie. Lucas, you wrote pie. Yeah, so my first ever gig. So I'm really nervous. I'm being paid the princely sum of £25. That is not a lot for a comic, but for a brand new comic, being paid anything is amazing. I've taken a 2-hour trip to go from where I'm living. I'm living with my friend in London, and I've gone a 2-hour trip down to Bournemouth. My family aren't living there at the time, and we go into this club. This club has got a reputation on the circuit for being rough as fuck. Yes, Streamlabs, rough as fuck. So
yeah, Dean Butler went to see comedians and strippers.
Oh yeah, comedians and strippers. No, it's being a female stripper. Oh fuck! No, I'm the other one.
No, that's later.
What happens is sometimes being a comic, if there are comedians and strippers, when I walk on and I start talking, they're like, "This stripper's shit," and I'm like, "No, I'm here to entertain you, just with this pair of lips." So I go into the room and it is a nightclub, and the nightclub has literally got 10 groups of men in it, like 10 stag do's, and they are all annoyed because there are only 2 hen do's, and the hen do's have got the sashes on, they've got the dicks, they've got it all going on, but the ratio of men to women, it is a pure sausage fest. There's a lot of dudes. There don't appear to be any sort of LGBT nights. There's no LGBT groups. It's just like pure hetero, like hormone heavy, and the compere is shitting himself. He was absolutely shitting himself. And before we went on, and he was going, "I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die. I'm gonna fucking die. Last time I was here, I fucking died. I'm gonna fucking die." And I'm like looking at him thinking, well, he's the qualified one out of all of us. And he's there panicking that he's gonna fucking die. And he went on stage. Now, I'm gonna say a word here, which I know is super bad in the States. In England, it ain't so bad. So I'm just putting out that little trigger warning for you there.
Do you think you should say it?
I mean, it is an
Sounds
inflammatory word. It is the C word, but let's go for it. So he walks on stage in front of all these people, and he has the aggression of the previous crowd. And that's something you can't do. Every single crowd that turns up is individual. They're unique. They're all there wearing their nice things. And yeah, they can look a bit intimidating, but at the end of the day, they just want jokes. They just want a bit of a laugh. He walks on stage and he went, "All right, you pack of cunts!" The entire room just went silent. And then people started booing. It was incredible to watch. And then he introduced the first comic. When he went back on to announce the break, they booed him. Then he went out for a cigarette. When he came back in, he said, they've just threatened me outside. A group of them just threatened me and they told me they were going to glass me if I went back on stage. And we're like, okay. I mean, he's kind of got to go back on. And I'm like, well, maybe they won't throw things. You never know. You know, I'm trying to be all optimistic for the fella. I'm on next. So he goes on stage. Somebody throws a glass. I mean, they missed. So, you know, that's why it's still funny. And then he decides to take it out on me. And there's all this anger coming from the crowd, but he was the one who incited it. And he says, well, if you don't like me, you're not going to like the next one because it's a woman. I'm like, what did my ovaries do exactly? My ovaries have never got in the way of being a stand-up comedian. I have never tripped over them on my way to the microphone. And as he walked off, we swapped places. And I just thought, well, that was so rude. So I did something that I think even now I would still possibly do if somebody was that rude to me on the circuit and that destructive. I thought, well, fuck him. And so I went up and I said, ladies and gentlemen, I have fantastic news. I'm not him. And I just sort of said it in that little way. And they all went, yay! and then I had a lovely gig. And the point is that,
if you're going to throw a glass at a twat, make sure it hits him.
Yeah, if you throw a glass at a twat, have a fucking good aim. Lenny Rosenblum, thank you for the $10. That's lovely. Thank you for the super chat. So, I don't know. I just wanted to tell you stories about crowds.
Somebody's just put, I've seen that MC, but it wasn't at Bournemouth. Somebody else
You've
wants to know
seen
that
that
MC. Just a bit of a catch up on the chat.
Oh, catch up on the chat from Kevin.
Talk and then it sort of happens. People are quite impressed that you made the Freudian slip of saying you're a stripper, and quite a lot of people thought, yeah, I knew it all along. Dirty Di was doing that after work. That's what's happened.
Well, guys, I'll be honest with you. Making cash during this lockdown while all the pubs are closed. I'm sorry, Alana. I'm so warm, which is very unusual for me because I really don't have much circulation. Sorry. So let's catch up on the chat a bit. This is the kind of thing I thought it would be. I thought I'd tell a little story. We catch up on the chat. Maybe I'd tell another little story. I've got far too many
luckily for you, Jen.
Yeah, Jen.
She's collecting questions as we go. She's literally editing them out at real speed. She's like a human computer.
Jen, my fantastic moderator, thank you so much. And obviously, I've got...
Am I a moderator?
Yeah, and Kev.
When do I get to go self-aware?
Technically a moderator.
Yeah, go on. Say something.
Moderate this.
You're funny.
Yeah, so, that's quite nice. Quite a few people are saying, oh, yes, I did just strip. It's coming true. Yeah, the Freudian slip is coming true.
Removed.
Shit.
Some people from Australia says they said that they don't mind you saying the C word because there it's a word for mate.
Oh, it is. What cunt? That accent was terrible, wasn't it?
It was like Mary Poppins.
Super cunting fragilistic. Expialadic lick. Ooh. What? How did that happen? I've just done 10,000 steps.
Well, that's what happens when you strip.
That's what happens when you're sat here wanking and no one can see. I'm so sorry. Oh, hello. Oh, Sim and him, you're so sweet. Thank you. Right. See, look, I wrote all these stories, and I think I just take too long to tell my stories. This is why I have to edit them into videos. Right, I can tell you another story.
It's one of your best qualities. It's one of the things I sort of love about you quite a lot, is the way that you meander around the houses telling one story.
I do meander quite a bit, so thank you everyone for bearing with me. I've got a few more stories that I wanted to share, but tell you what, I'll give you a choice and you can choose which story you want to hear next. I think that would be good. Don't worry, we will get to the quiz. Okay, everybody's more excited about the
I think we have to stop. Someone's going to pee themselves.
Someone's going to pee themselves.
Sammy's going to pee themselves, so we have to stop for a minute.
Oh, what? You want us to wait while you just
I don't know.
pop to the loo? Yeah, we'll wait.
Nobody type anything. Cammy's going to the toilet.
Okay, so... Oh, okay, so this is the choice. So I'm going to give you a 1 or a 2. Should we have more than 2 choices? I wrote all of these fucking stories. 3 or a 3, okay. So choice number 1... Brussels sprout. So that's choice number 1, Brussels sprout. Choice number 2, couples. Choice number 2, couples. I would like you to write your choice in the chat. Choice number 3. Oh, I don't think that one's that good. Fuck it, we'll leave it with the 2 choices. So choice number 1. So would you like Brussels sprout or couples? Brussels sprout or couples? Do 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 do. This can be the music for the choosing of
jingle?
I do have jingles. I just didn't put a jingle on this bit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I normally put. I have got some jingly bits. John Fry. Oh, $4.99 for the Freudian slip.
Well, if we get enough Freudian strips in the pot, you're going to take your jumper off.
Oh, was it Freudian strip? It was Freudian strip.
You've turned this into a strip club. That's what's happened.
Right. So what's... Wow, okay, there's a lot going on there. There's some people chucking in the 3s. I think 3 means move on, move on.
We've got lots...
Okay, so Jen S. and Kev, what do you reckon? What's winning? I don't have a 10 counter thing. Somebody wrote something about me wanking, which was my 10,000 steps. Well, I assume it was. I mean, I really moved. Oh,
I'm sensing a 1 in the current mood as a 1.
Okay,
the
so
2s were strong early on, and now the 2s. Look, people are writing 2. I mean. Essentially, just tell both stories. It'll be way quicker than me counting these.
Okay, so number 1. Okay, so we'll go with couples. I think the 2s had it. So, the nice thing about when you do a gig is that sometimes you'll walk in and you'll see couples everywhere. And usually, when you see couples everywhere, people go, "Oh, it's going to be a lovely gig. There's all couples," because they know each other and they want a bit of a laugh. They're often also fed up of chatting to their partner. Am I standing too close?
Yeah.
Sorry. He literally pulled me back by my trousers. Is this off-putting? Is this off? It's all right. Some people only listen to me. It's fine. They can't see what's going on. So, where was I? Yes, couples. And they know each other. They know each other's intimate bits. And when I start doing my dirty talk, I love it because they look at each other and they go, "You do that." You know, and like if I do the British married handjob story and I start saying, "Oh, you know, we're a team." And so I start, and when I do the thing where I say, "My wrist hurts," the women, it's mainly women. I mean, unless there's like a gay couple in there and then it's whoever clearly puts in like more of the hand effort, they'll sort of look at me and they'll poke their partner, and I love it. And they sort of react a lot to the filthy stories, which is great. We have this connection and we build up. But couples also like to come and tell me their little stories after the gig. And I'm in this very posh kind of barn in Norwich. And Norwich is east of this country, and it's all farmland and military bases. So, you know, there's lots of signs basically saying, "Be careful, you might be blown up," and occasionally cows explode. It's wondrous.
A potato or a bullet, wherever.
Potatoes and bullets. That's kind of Norwich. And I'm in this lovely, beautiful barn. It's owned by a very posh couple, and they give us all these lovely beers and treats, and we go on and we entertain people who come to their house. And this couple come up to me afterwards, and they look so posh. They said, "Oh, we really loved your set." And I said, "Oh, thank you." And they said, "Your bit about shaving your vagina." Now that dates it already, because many of you are going, "Oh, well, if she's talking about shaving her vagina, that's sort of Hurricane Diane era, so that's sort of 2013. I still find it immensely difficult. I'm still very foldy, and everything hangs down, and it does look like a dog blowing a raspberry."
Which is quite funny, because somebody did ask to see your jiggly bits in the chat.
Somebody asked to see my jiggly bits. You really don't want to. I've been sat on them all day. They're going to be like this. So, where was I? So they come up to me and they say, "That bit about shaving your vagina." And then he says, "Go on, tell her." And she went, "Oh, she doesn't want to hear." And I was like, "Well, instantly now, yes, I do, please. Talk, madam." She says, "Well, I tried to shave my vagina with a razor. I don't now. I get it waxed. Because what happened was I sort of slipped and okay, brace everyone, brace. And I sliced myself." And I'm like, "What?" In this lovely portrait. She went, "We went to A&E and I had to let some junior doctor stitch up my vagina. My curtains have a tear."
That's really horrible.
It is horrible. But then he went, "Yeah, they let the light in." I'm like, What? Like, because they're already making up jokes themselves. And I'm just like, wow. Just wow. So that's one of the reasons why I love couples at gigs, because not only are they kind of really receptive to the sort of comedy I do, but also they are most likely the group of people to come up and tell me something disgusting afterwards. So, yes, everybody's writing "no" and "ouch" in the chat. Totally agree. The other story, I will tell you Brussels sprout, and then we'll move on to the second bit. Okay, so Brussels sprout, Christmas gigs. Now, Christmas crowds are, oh my God, how would you describe a Christmas crowd, babe?
They're like if Satan and maybe Darth Vader had sex and their offspring got drunk and went on a party together.
Yeah, so Christmas crowds are a nightmare because a lot of them are work dudes. They really don't want to be there. They do not want to listen to you. Like, most of them voted to go paintballing. Bologna curtains. Sorry, every so often I see something in the chat that makes me go,
if somebody said, "If I was a good husband, I'd help you shave."
I'll be honest with you, we have a phrase for Kev, and it's Kev smash.
Plus, I mean, with an erection, I wouldn't really be anywhere near a razor. I don't want to. It's difficult if you're.
If he's got an erection, he won't get close enough to be able to shave. He'll just confuse the poor man. He'll be like a dog chasing his own tail. There's no and put a razor into that. You're just asking for trouble. I'll end up with fucking whiskers or something. No. Fantastic suggestion though. Thank you. Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, go.
So it's Christmas. The crowd is awful. I'm at a club which is historically bad because it is tiered. Now, when you have a tiered club, so the bottom level is there, middle level was there, top level was there, right? And the problem with this is that the level closest to the stage are totally involved. They're really listening to you, usually. The second level are sort of engaged. They're kind of, they're a bit raised up, they're a bit back. They kind of see it as, they're aware that it's a live gig, but they're sort of removed. So they're more likely to sort of turn and chat a bit. Third tier, you might as well be on the telly. They're not paying any attention. They're just like dipping in and out, right? Christmas gig, 5 times worse. They have literally rammed 300 people into a room that has a fire safety capacity of 180. During the evening, the bar staff kept coming and hiding in the comics room because it was so bad, because people were just drunk. Now, when we're about to kick off the comedy, the DJ says, "Okay, everybody, the comedy's going to start in 5 minutes." And I'm not joking, 300 people booed. They all just booed. They all just went, "Boo! Fuck off!" Like they're eating their Christmas dinners. They're all wearing Christmas jumpers. I don't know why they're there, but they don't want the comedy. But that's what they're getting. Now, a friend of mine was visiting from New Zealand, and he said, "I'm so excited that you've become a comic. Can I come see you?" And this was the only gig that I could get him a ticket for, and they've just all booed. I know he sat at the back somewhere, right? And I was really looking forward to seeing my friend. He filmed one of my specials. He filmed Lost in the Mouse Pacific, right? So when I go on stage, they go, "Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage your compere." Now, bear in mind, I'd been drafted in. I was not supposed to be the host, but the previous host had got into a fight, had started telling everyone to fuck off, and had been removed. So I'm the emergency host. So I walk on stage, and they threw Brussels sprouts at me. They threw Brussels sprouts, corks, anything that they could throw, they threw at the stage. And I was like, this is my job. So I'm like trying to get to the microphone because there is no way I'm not going to do this. And I get to the microphone, I grab the microphone, I'm like, "Okay, everybody, the comedy's going to start now. Hello, my name's Diane Spencer. I'm your host. Can you stop throwing stuff?"
Can you stop throwing stuff?
And eventually they stopped, and I brought on the first act, because when you're the host, you're literally the bullet shield. And in the break, so I go round and I see my friend who I haven't seen in years, and he just fucking wet himself. He was like, "Can I just say my favourite part of your act is where you dodge all the food?" And I'm like, "Luke, this is not my job. I'm genuinely, it's more successful than this." So that was the Brussels sprout story. Right, I think we should move on to another topic. And but let me have a quick check. Let's have a quick look at the chat. What's going on, Jen S and Kev? Is there anything that I need to?
There are some things you probably should look at. There's things up here. Look, somebody says that I should shave it. I should let me floss it, which is pretty horrific. Somebody did say Xmas dues are a typical Saturday night in Glasgow.
Oh my god! Do you know what? I like performing in Glasgow. They really respond to me. They get me, Glasgow, because obviously you've got Edinburgh and Glasgow. I haven't been to Aberdeen yet, but I have performed in these two places. And Edinburgh, because they've got the Fringe Festival, they can be a little bit more, yes, that was a lovely setup. I liked what you did there. I like the way I brought it back. Yes, very good. Whereas Glasgow, they're just like, "That was funny!" Like, which I love. The Glaswegians are a bit more, I will not offend you by doing the accent.
Somebody else has also said that mine is a mullet, and I'm assuming they're talking about their pubic hair. So somebody's got a mullet for pubic hair.
How do you have a mullet for pubic hair?
I can imagine it. Just shave it at the top and then just let it sort of dangle
down
at
the
sides.
See. Yeah. I'm trying to,
like... a good look for a bit.
Like Joe Exotic, facing the wrong way. Down.
Carol Baskin. Yeah, get it.
Carol Baskin. Right, I'm going to move on to the second topic, and the second topic is linked to the first. Of course it bloody is. Bouncers. Okay, so I'm sure... Also, just in case anyone was wondering, the quiz will happen in this section.
Oh, yeah. Should I be taking notes? Do I need a pen and paper?
No, nobody needs notes for this quiz. It is you do not need to revise for this quiz. Thank you, Janice, for being on hand. Appreciate it. Yes, so I think this is going quite well. Don't
say it now, babe.
Oh, okay, I won't say it now. Kiss of death.
Any
kiss
second
of death.
now, the
Sorry.
power will go out.
Don't say that.
Hey, is that gin?
No, it's not. That's not gin. That glass is far too small. From taking dick, balls to food to the face. What an improvement, lol. Okay, so I'm sure a lot of you have had experiences with security at clubs. I'm sure some of you might actually work as security at clubs. Now, most of the time, I am very grateful to have security, because can I tell you, I sometimes do student gigs, and you turn up at the student gig and there's kind of this tiny, petite, fragile little thing on the door, and you think, if this kicks off, I'm going to just have to fold you up and put you in my pocket to protect you. There is no way you are going to be able to deal with anything if it kicks off. I'm not sure what comedy clubs are like around the world, but comedy clubs in the UK, they range. They range from immensely lovely sort of theatres, we would laugh, but we've just had our crowns redone. They range from sort of terribly posh people right the way to you think, why is there a hole in the... Are they doing a bank job while I'm talking on stage? Like there's such a spectrum, and I wanted to tell you about some bouncers which actually kind of link to that last story. Oh, lots of people are chucking in their favourite food. I think I should ask a question to do with bouncers. Like, yeah, sort of, has anybody
What's your date of birth? That's a
What's
good
your
one.
date of birth? No. Well, everybody has bouncers.
Are you 18?
I mean, everybody. I think every country has bouncers, but like...
Well, they're doormen, really.
Yeah. Is there a difference between a bouncer and a doorman?
Yeah, about £15 an hour, and one will break your teeth and your legs, whereas the other will just like ask you to move politely.
Do you know what? When I was growing up in Yeovil, I remember I had a wee bit of a tizzy with a bouncer. Well, it was just
How middle class are you?
Well, no, let me tell you what happened. So I was working at the cheese factory at the time, and we all decided to go out gardening because the local club in Yeovil was called The Gardens. So you'd say, so you want to go out gardening tonight? And I realised that may be slightly difficult for some of my international people to understand. The translation was, would you like to go gardening tonight? And the gardens burnt down. But then they rebuilt it with the insurance money and they renamed it Le Jardin. Oh yes, in Yeovil, Somerset, Le Jardin. French for the garden. And then it burnt down again. So it's a very popular club. So we all decided to go gardening that night. And my friend wanted to wait, but she didn't want to queue for the ladies' toilet. So she said, "Di, I'm not fucking waiting." So she grabbed me and yanked me into the men's. And I thought, well, this is unfair on everyone. I don't want to be here. The men don't want me here. So I literally stood like this. I think I was like 18. So I literally sort of stood like this in the men's toilets. Like this, thinking, well, this way at least this is all right for everyone. And then the next minute I know, a gentleman had grabbed me by the head. And he just sort of lifted me up by sort of my neck head area, and he sort of carried me out head first. And I was like, oh, no, good, yeah, thank you. And he sort of took me outside. He said, "You can't go in there." I said, "I know." And then he said, "Why were you in there?" And I said, "Well, my friend went for a pee and she dragged me in. I'm so sorry." And he said, "Look, I'm not going to throw you out." And I was like, "I don't mind if you do. Could you? Please. This night's not going very well." No, I did not burn down Le Jardin.
There's some questions here.
And there's a lot of... Oh my God, everybody's chucking their food into the...
Yeah, they're throwing food at you. Could somebody ask if they could throw food while you...
Oh, you're all throwing food!
So now they're throwing food at the thing. There's also... Somebody said...
Can we make a
fun
game?
Fact. Here's a fun fact that came in.
Fun fact?
Mr. T Mr. T started as a bouncer and won a Best Bouncer contest on ABC Sports on American TV.
Oh, how wonderful.
That's how he became famous. Some people have definitely got experience of bouncers beating them up.
Goody.
Doorman asking them to leave with a debate. Somebody's asked if I finished the grave in the garden.
Oh, yes. Kevin's been digging me a lovely grave in the garden. Jesus Christ, don't throw tacos.
You can see more of these than I can see. Oh, it's because I haven't scrolled down.
Yeah, you got to scroll down, babe.
Someone's throwing a banana, but I don't think that's what they mean.
No, if you throw pancakes, I'm literally going to be like, her.
Someone's throwing. Yeah.
So, the other bouncer story I wanted to tell you. Are these stories all right? Or should we skip the next story and go to a quiz?
Yeah, let's do the quiz. I'm excited about the quiz. Is it a good quiz? Can I win?
You can't play the quiz, darling. You are not a...
Let's not do the quiz then.
No. Okay. 1 second story, 2 quiz. I know that. I know what's going to win. It's okay. It's okay if you want to do the quiz. It's okay. This is. Oh, yeah. Kiwi.
Some Kiwis from New Zealand, look, throwing them.
1 second story, 2 quiz.
Probably clarify the grave thing.
Oh, the grave thing, yeah, soz, yeah.
I'm going to try and bury you in the garden, and this was the last.
No, Kevin's not trying to bury me in the garden, guys. Well, I think he might be. Yeah, it was on Instagram, because oh fudge, I put it in my. I can only show them the most recent one that you've done.
Be careful, don't show them all the pictures.
No, I'm being very careful about what photos I show people. Right now, sorry. But it was such a flattering angle for you. I needed to photograph it. Hang on a minute. I am going to show you this picture. I just have to scroll back up. Oh, this is thrilling live, isn't it? Can you do that, please? You're my glamorous assistant.
All right.
1. Oh, wondrous. You want that? Oh, good. Wondrous. Okay.
What I love about you is the 2 different people that you are there. You were like, yeah.
Oh, I laugh because somebody's trying to...
Go, oh, wondrous.
I saw a heckler and I thought it was quite funny. Yeah. Okay, so just the other story.
Well, I've got that, but don't move it left or right.
Don't move it left or right. No, babe, I want the proper one where it's just a grave. The one I sent to your parents earlier. That's why I'm scrolling.
Well, can't you show them the nice one first? God.
So this is the nice one.
Yeah, I spent a load of time on it.
This is what Kevin's...
Don't focus it, for God's sake. You don't want people to see the hard work I've done. Oh, that's it. That's no point. There's no point to this.
That Kevin's built me a grave. You can see it. Look, that's where he's going to bury me. He's pretending it's a vegetable box right now, but it's clearly a bloody grave. I agree, Jojo. People voted 1. The same club. You know the club I was talking about with all the tears? Well, so I go on stage. I'm the host again, aka Bullet Shield. And there is a large group there on a stag do, and they're all, for some reason, wearing white shirts. So they kind of stand out a bit more than normal. And they just keep fucking talking. Like, no matter what, I'm like nice. And I'm like, oh, who is the stag? What's his name? And then I take the piss out of him. What happens on stags and hens is that basically the hens are like, this is my friend. She's beautiful. She's a princess. Don't you dare take the piss out of her, because she is my dream. E came Peg. Thank you so much for the super chat. So that's what they do. They go, don't you take the piss out of her. She is her special night. We're all here. It was so emotional. I've known her since she was 6. Tell her how beautiful and wonderful she is. Those are the women. The men will point out who the stag is and go, that's Dave, he's getting married, call him a cunt. So there's a slight difference between the men and the women. And
it's funny because it's true.
It's funny because it's true. It's funny because it's true.
Carry on with story.
Okay, I carry on. Thank you. Yes. So there's this group and they want me to take the piss out of their friend, so I take the piss out of him. But then it's time to move on. I have to tell jokes to the rest of the crowd. I have to deal with the rest of the crowd, get them laughing, get them in a great mood. I'm talking to a couple. I'm doing jokes about when I was a teacher, blah, 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 blah. Then they keep talking, they keep talking, they keep talking. And the bouncers of this club, for a start, all appear to be 7 foot tall, which is kind of a good thing when you're in a nightclub, because it turns into a nightclub. But the problem is, because it turns into a nightclub, they are all wearing glow sticks. So the security decide to come and surround this table. So now you've got a large group of men all wearing white shirts, which are standing out in the dark anyway. And now around them, you have approximately 7 or 8 dudes who are all 7 or 8 foot tall as well. Oh, Simon Wilson Taylor, thank you very much for the super chat. So you've got all of these. I'm glad I'm lightening your day. You've got all these dudes, and they're all wearing these lights. Okay, so it's they kind of look like they're going to do a Christmas carol, like some sort of little elf dance. They're basically wearing fairy lights, and they're bouncers, and it's now drawing more attention to that side of the room. I'm still trying to talk to people. I know I have to bring the first act on because he's doubling with another club somewhere else. They keep talking, and then for some reason, these bouncers, all of them, can't whisper. So I'm telling jokes, and then I hear, "Hey, you need to shut the fuck up, or I'm going to throw you out of my club, man." It's just like, okay, great. And then they start arguing with the bouncers, and the bouncers, I don't know where they're from, but they've all sort of got a similar accent. It's quite Slavic, and it just, there's a lot of arguing. "You can't fucking throw us out. It's his special night. She's called him a cunt. We want her to call him a cunt again. Look, you need to calm the fuck down, man. You want me to look at all my people here. There's all these people." Oh, yes, we've got a neighbour. Sorry, shush.
He's going to think we're actually having some kind of domestic violence.
He's going to think there's like lots of us in here having a domestic fight. And I had to bring on the first act because he's doubling. So for his sake, I just had to bring him on. Normally, I would stand there, wait for that to be dealt with, however it was going to be dealt with, and then bring a comic on. Because I think as the host, you have to be willing to do that. You have to be willing to sacrifice your part of the evening, really, to make sure that the whole evening runs. So I bring on the first act, and as he's coming on, I say, "I'm so sorry." And he went, "It's okay, I know, thank you so much." And I was like, "Okay, bye, good luck." The only thing that act could do was narrate the fight. He 20 fucking minutes he narrated the fight. He was saying about how people were leaving their chairs. He said, "Oh, lady in the red top, she's getting out of the danger zone there." Bloke in a white shirt, could have been any of them. He's landed a punch. And it was brutal yet amazing. And that's one of the things I love about live comedy. It's unpredictable, to say the least. Right. I think you know what time it is.
Finally.
Okay.
Been waiting for this.
So, this is the quiz. In the chat box, write down what you think this item is. Is it red? Dinosaur poo? Because, because of the lockdown, animals are back and shit. Well, and they shit. Is this blue? A fossilized sample of the dump you took in Lost in the Mouth Specific. You know I like keepsakes. Or green. It is clearly... And then I would like you to suggest what you think this is. Do, 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 do. Waiting for people to write what they think it is. If you want to put green. Do, 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 do. If you think it's red, put red. If you think it's blue, put blue. But if you want to put your own answer, then write for the green. Ow, 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 ow. I think we're coming down to the end of the fight. The fight? What fight? Oh God, that's the last thing. All right. Right. Is it? Simply write in A.
A.
No.
Everyone thinks it's dinosaur poo. I like that.
Dinosaur poo. It is clearly drugs. Oh, that is a lot of hash.
What's coprolite?
That is a lot of hash. Look at that.
Oh, can you imagine like some dirty... Anyway, let's not talk about it.
Right, let's have a look at what people are saying. Let's have a look at... Right, blue. Green. Oh, bad cat. Your attempt at cooking chisel. It is clearly... Ah, damn it, it went too fast. and it clearly Di's
Bonk
homemade
butter, someone's put.
bonk butter.
A minging potato.
A minging potato, I like it. Poorly made Maltesers cake, very good. Cake. Everybody's. I think you guys are too clever.
Pottery. People
Oh, pottery, I like it.
People how shit they think you'd be at pottery.
That does imply I'm pretty shit at pottery. It's clearly a kidney stone.
Some people say it's a piece of the former owner of the house.
Is that little bit of Mr. Stickley? Yeah. Do you know what? A lot of people, they ask that question, they go,
kidney stone.
Is that the house that Mr. Schleimkeim77, thank you so much for the super chat. It's clearly a brick of hashish or dino poop. You got to pick one.
Somebody thinks it's a cast off of my third leg.
A cast off of your third leg?
Of a cast.
What?
A green leftover cast of my third leg, yeah.
I like Alexander Young. You are totally on the right thing.
Green fudge, someone's put.
It is clearly elephant orgasm.
Wow, can you imagine if they just big lumps of that just shot out?
That is somebody's job. You know what? I knew somebody.
What?
Who? Yeah. In zoos. I knew somebody who, she's so passionate about the environment. She worked at the zoo, and it's somebody's job to do.
Green fudge is popular.
Green fudge. It's somebody's job to do the merry on the animals to help them procreate. So you can actually sort of.
I have seen.
Hello, how's your day going?
Well, you don't do it by your face. I mean, that's health and safety gone mad. That's a call me on the. You don't put your face in front of it, stick your tongue out.
It was my natural reaction, babe. It's because you're in the room. My natural reaction is to hit myself in the chin with it. Where? Olivier, this is not the Mr. Stickley room. That's downstairs. It's downstairs, past all the voodoo dolls, the bones that we hang up, all the candles and the incense, and the priest. That's where it is. Oh.
Someone's put third leg equals Kevin's Bean.
So go, I will tell you all because I know you're very excited. The answer, of course, is sadly not as exciting as everybody. Most of you were right. It is chocolate cookie dough. Woo! I knew you'd love a quiz.
Do you know David Attenborough wanking with elephants?
Do you know what? Don't get me started on this. I have. Honestly, that tiny little joke that I wrote in Seamless, that tiny little joke where I'm like, why don't we get the penguins a bus? I genuinely have rage when I see nature films. I'm like, if they're endangered, yes, wanking with elephants. Like, when I see rock hopper penguins that are hopping on the rocks, I'm like, can't we build them steps? A sperm for an elephant?
Yeah, how much is it?
I don't want to put that into my Google algorithms.
I'll do it.
You can go all incognito, babe.
I'll find out how much is in there.
Keith Lovely, which is a very lovely name, has put, it is the result of anal sex. And that is why I do not endorse that activity myself. Right. We're going to move on to... why does it have a hole in it then? Oh, I don't... It's throwing the biscuits. Right. I'm going to move on to the third bit. The third bit is to do with the bits of the circuit I miss. Oh, no. He's going to tell me about... Hang on, Kevin wants to provide us with an African elephant sperm update. I'm sorry, I don't have music for this. Oh shit, I just hit the mic.
The testicles of an African elephant weigh about 10 pounds combined.
Oh!
That's a big set of bollocks there on an elephant. They produce or release over 200 billion sperm every time they ejaculate.
Whoa, that's a big mouthful.
Find out how much of a glass of water you'd need after that.
Babe, you need more than a glass of water. You need a pint of gin. I mean, if a man is 4 million sperm for a man?
There's an elephant.
For an elephant, that's 100 and...
Oh, there's a man. I've got a picture of a man wanking an elephant.
Babe, I'm going to move on. You read with your inside voice.
Sorry, babe.
That's all right. Yeah, but what's quite funny about this live stream is that I was like, okay, so it's going to try and do it like a podcast, you know, it's going to be very mellow, and I'm going to tell stories and give an insight to the things I miss about the circuit. We'll see how it goes. No, it's like they go, 20 billion elephant sperm, finger the nuts on that, £10 a bollock. Like,
Somebody's put that's a hot load in the face.
yes! Who put that? You unanonymous Jones. That's a hot load to the face. We need a graphic for that. We need it. Love it. Love it. Well, shall I bother to jump to the third topic?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I'll try it. Okay.
Skip around wherever you like.
Topic number 3. No link to elephant sperm. No service station. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Paxillus involutus. That's a lot of butter to fry them into. Do you eat elephant testicles? Is that a thing? Is that what you're talking about? Can you eat elephant testicles? I bet you can. People eat all sorts of things, don't they?
Wait a minute. So I can't look up how much sperm, but you can have an intellectual conversation about eating an elephant bollock.
I can't.
No way on home.
Did I say this conversation was in any way intellectual? It's cookery now, darling. Elephants. So this part, the third part of this incredibly well-planned live podcast type thing was service stations. But what I think I might do in the future is make it a bit more open-ended. Oh, right. Got to get me notebook. I'm so sorry. Large groups. Oh, yes. Right. So when you're a stand-up comedian, obviously you do a lot of driving. I hope that many of you have seen my video entitled The Road. And one of the things that I love is that we've got a lot of service stations up and down the UK, and most of them are absolutely fantastic. Like, babe, you can T-Bay services, right? There's services called T-Bay. They're the people who do the amazing pork pies, right?
Yeah.
If anybody's going to cook an elephant bollock and put it into a pie, T-Bay, right?
Well, I'd say if anyone's going to do it and I'll eat it, it's T-Bay service.
Would you eat a elephant bollock pork pie? Because you don't like pork pies anyway.
Yeah, I'd probably prefer my elephant testicle.
What is the texture of a testicle?
Oh, don't. I feel I'm going to be sick now.
Oh, okay. Kevin's turning a bit green, so I'm
I
so
can
sorry.
imagine. What is the...
Sorry, well, do you serve it within the bag or out of the bag?
Burst, like, you know those things that you know when you see... Yeah, now it's not so funny, is it? Now it's not so funny.
Pratik, I'm so glad you like my accent. Isn't it nice? I'm talking about testicles bursting.
So, anyway, T-Bay...
T-Bay services, they do a fantastic selection of pork pies. When you've been driving for sort of 400 miles and your arse has gone numb and you've run out of music, it's very nice to pull over. And they've also got a lake with ducks, and I love it. But there are some places that you think are just there to punish you. And if there are any filmmakers in the UK right now who are looking for somewhere to film their next post-apocalyptic zombie thing... I would highly recommend Toddington on the M1. This was... Yeah, right? Can you hear the grunt coming from Kevin? Do you know what? This was going to be my bugbear. This was going to be my thing where I do justice for the people. Never, ever, ever stop at Toddington if you can avoid it. Unanonymous Jones, thank you for the super chat. Wait, did the thing... Where's the thing? Where's my super chat bling? Why is it not working? Ah, there we go. Thank you. Figured I ought to pay at least one cover charge for all the laughs over the years. Oh, you're ever so kind. Thank you. I'll probably use that money to put it on subtitles for things. I've had a lot of people asking for subtitles at the moment. So serious. Toddington on the M1. the M1 is like our sort of big main motorway. Oh, 1867564. Thank you for the super chat. The fucking super chat button's being a dick. There we go. And Anders Brun. Oh, thank you ever much for my little raccoon sticker. Thank you, that's lovely. Where was I going? Yes, Toddington. Fucking nightmare. So, what happens?
It's the last P stop before London, someone's just pointed out.
Yes. Right, you get it. Whoever wrote that. Trowel is fucking terrible. Mike Johnson. Yes, it is. Trowel, which one is that on? Oh, God. Right, M1 is Toddington. Piece of shit. Newport Pagnell, Watford Gap, Leicester Forest East. Kevin is giving me that look that says, babe, you can get away with this anally retentive naming the service stations shit with me, but not with the internet. Try to imagine the entire world is still here and still listening.
Entire world, and you're going, I'll tell you what I don't like, there's a garage at the end of my road, gives me the right up, I never go in there, don't do nothing in there. Oh, and then, honestly, hook rise, you never heard anything.
Thank you, Alexander Young, for the super chat. I'm so glad you enjoy me getting distracted. Well, I think Kevin's right. I think, if we do this again, we have to think a little more globally. I'm going to sort of...
Yeah, well, you could talk about service stations in general, because things happen in service stations. I mean, what do you do in the service station? You either buy something or go to the toilet.
Well, sometimes I sleep in the car. I buy something, I go to the toilet. But what I don't get is that... Well, this is the thing that I wanted to actually talk about.
Well, there you go.
Because we're actually... all the way around the houses. One day we will get to the place we're supposed to be going. This is why my videos are so jump cutty when I make the behind the mic, and this is why it takes me...
Someone's asking if you've got ADHD.
4 fucking books to write a show because it's all just bleh. Cody, oh my God, look at that. Thank you very much for that big blue monster smashing up stuff. In the super chat, why is my super chat thing being a dick? There we go.
Next time, can you make your super chat thing actually be a dick?
I can, I make all my graphics,
well
yeah,
done,
so I hope you like them. I don't think I've got ADHD. Yes. So what's weird is that because I go to these places when it's really dark and at night time and there's no one else around, and it's very kind of like, oh, so what's going on here? Where's all the people? And there's no one around, and everything's shuttered up. And you think, well, you could make a zombie film here. You could sort of film people hiding behind things. There's always a very loud woman at Costa, or like she works in Toddington, and there's a couple of them, and for some reason she needs to loud. She's always dealing with her personal life on like her Bluetooth, and she always seems to sort of vaguely acknowledge I'm there, but she doesn't care what she says on the Bluetooth. She's sort of talking about prison sentences and things and appeals, and Savin Him, thank you so much for the super chat. And she just spills her entire life loudly across this kind of echoey room, but the weird thing is it doesn't start until she realises I'm there. And I've noticed this a couple of times. So it's like you go in and it's completely silent. And then as soon as she sees you, she starts. So what I started doing is seeing how close I can get to the Costa coffee stand. Oh, other coffee shops are available, whatever.
It's not the BBC.
It's not the BBC, fuck them. So it's the only one that's bloody open. They give me a fucking bucket. Like, how's that flat white if it's that big? Anyway, so Kev's now giving me like signals. I try and sneak up to her like as close as I can because I want to check whether her spilling her life story is because suddenly there's someone to listen. Like, I'm not sure if she's really on the phone or whether she's like, maybe she's writing a book. Maybe she's like testing out ideas on me. But the problem is she saw me and I was like behind a plant. And it's this weird moment of like locking eyes with this woman. And then I realized I'm the creepy one because we are alone in this service station, and now I'm the dick hiding behind a bush. So yes, that was my little story about that. I'm going to move to the closing section of this live stream.
Do you want to catch up some questions?
I would love to catch up some questions before we go to the closing section.
Somebody asked about ADHD, but somebody said they were taking Adderall, which is, in America, if you have ADHD, you get given Adderall, which is a lot like speed. It's really good, I've been told by people.
I think Kevin's shopping for drugs, guys.
There you go.
Oh, Alafine, thank you very much for the super jack. ADHD, adorably dark humour, Diane. Yes.
Somebody put, please tell us more about your funny mother.
Funny mummy. Mummy is amazing. There's actually, obviously, there is a whole bit in show 9 about a game she created for us. She literally made a board game herself. She made the pieces. I know I did that one, don't worry.
Sorry, babe.
She did the pieces. She made the board game. We all played it. We've been playing games recently, and I don't want to give too much away, but we've been playing games online, like board games online, and Mum is amazing because when we're sat in the room, she will emotionally manipulate you to like, we play these games where you got to trade with each other. It's called Settlers of Catan. And if you don't help her in the game, she goes, "Oh my God, you're all against me. Why do I bother? I mean, I'm only sat here with a bad back and diabetes, but whatever, I'll just lose a game as well." She's absolutely amazing. Because then when you do deal with her, she goes, "Well, you were a pushover." It's like, you can't bloody win with the woman. Okay, I'm going to make a note of that. I'm going to say, right, so next time I'm going to have a wee little section on Mum. Right? Right, I'm going to go to the wrapping up section of this bit, and that's where we'll
catch up with the questions.
Do some questions. So Jen S., my fantastic moderator, let me know. So let's go to the last section. And you know what I've got to learn not to do? Looking at the buttons like this. Like technology. So, right, let's go to the questions that we've got. What's going on, guys? Wow. So Kevin.
Well, I made the note for you, so you didn't have to do it.
He made a note, Mum. So, Jen S., my fantastic moderator. What have you got? What should I deal with? Oh my God, I think they're playing Settlers in the chat. On Katie Price. I saw that one. On Katie Price. Oh, that is an interesting question. How are you creating new material these days? The same way I create new material all the time. I sit down and I write. I'm just going to interrupt that answer just for a second. Fred F. Berger, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm not sure how much they usually charge to see you at clubs, so I hope I'm not underpaying. Also, Catan Hype. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be Harbour Master, mate. Harbour Master. Show us a photo of Mum and Dad. Oh, no, I haven't got any photos ready, but maybe in the next one. How am I writing new material? That was a great question. So the same way I write all my material in my book. Can I tell?
Well, you could tell them what's coming.
Okay, so what's coming?
Without a spoiler.
Yeah, without giving away any spoilers. The next behind the mic video that I'm doing is how I write my jokes. So that's what I've been working on at the moment, and I'm really excited about this video. I have done, you know how I like to put music to it and do lots of funny twiddly little graphics and things, but it's also something that's so close to me and something that I love doing.
Oh, right.
I've made it quite theatrical in places, like yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Okay, this Jen's putting questions, so you need to look to the
Okay,
thing.
so what is Jen writing?
Francisco X Perez.
What's your gin of choice? Ooh, at the moment, it's the cheapest one I can find, but currently it is London Dry Gin. I have basically, just before the lockdown happened, we knew something was going on, obviously, because we all started seeing less people on the street. We started talking about the fact that some comedy clubs were already shutting before they instigated the lockdown. And I thought, you know what, if I can't go to comedy clubs and I can't work, I really would like to just have some gin. I know that sounds does that sound bad? No, not really. It's
not really.
No.
If you sat there like smoking a cigarette going, I just drink to forget.
I drink to forget. No.
That's all right. But
so I bought like
it's the heroin you should really stop.
I like the heroin. Heroin's the fun one.
Someone says gin tastes like an Xmas tree.
You eating Christmas trees? Yeah. So London Dry Gin. Jen S. Help me find Jen's things.
Oh, Gear van der Kampen, Asda or Aldi's?
Asda or Aldi's? Oh, Asda. Yeah, but I'll go to Asda because it's easier to get to Asda. Asda.
Said, Toya, when can we send you better gin?
Oh, you want to send me better gin? That's so sweet. Thank you. The VOD will be uploaded, I think. Jen S, I'm not sure what that VOD is related to. Oh, Jakob, thank you very much for the super chat. The message has been retracted. That's interesting.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. There may have been a word in there that didn't scan. I don't know.
It's really nice, though. Very kind.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm not sure. I'm scanning desperately for the questions. Oliver Squires. There was once a lady called Di. Her wit was quick and quite dry. She did like to swear, sparkling in her hair, and her husband is hell of a guy.
Yeah. Go on, Squires.
Oliver Squires, fantastic. Thank you ever so much. Let me have a look.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, yes, go on. Yes?
I just read one.
He's just reading it out. He's not. You need to say it out loud.
Your favourite comedian for the UK, US, or rest of the world?
My favourite comedian. The first. At the moment. That's tricky. That's really tricky. At the moment, do you know what? At the moment, I'm really enjoying Russell Kane. Mm-hmm. I'm really. Oh my word! Thank you very much. Oh, and Jen's written, there's 2 questions. Can you grab those, please? Can I just say thank you very much to Paxillus Involutus. Thank you for the super chat. There is a cockchafer beetle trying to get in my cat flap. That aside, will you do a gig in Cambridge at some point? Yes, I do come to Cambridge. I've done a couple of gigs there at the Junction. I would love to come back. Thank you for the super chat. N.O. Nim.
Is it hard for you as a woman on the surf?
Thank you very much for the super chat. I'm just trying to make the little thing leak. Come on. There we go. Thank you for the super chat. Will you have gigs in Germany anytime soon? I'd love to come to Germany. I've got quite a large group of people who watch me in Germany, yourself included. But obviously until everything starts moving again, we're hoping sort of November we'll be able to go back to work. That would be nice. Oh, Alexandria, thank you very much for the super chat with that lovely little raccoon squeezing the heart. And Kong Meng Yang, I thank you for the super chat. I love your comedy, especially the stuff as your mom.
Somebody wants to know Daddy or Chips.
Hang on. Oh, shit. Come on, make the thing. My mom is crazy too, I understand, lol. Oh. Is it hard for me as a woman in comedy? No, I don't think so. I've never been a man in comedy, so I don't really know the difference. That's a genuine statement. I'm not being facetious. I don't know what it's like to be a man. some people will hate me the second I walk on stage, but I think that there are some male comedians who get that as well. The way that they dress, some people just go, no, I'm not going to listen to that. I'm fine. I was never bothered about my gender. It's maybe, can you write them down, baby, if you're having trouble?
There's no way
you can't write them down.
What I'm saying is
okay.
you're going to have to answer them a bit quicker.
Oh, sorry. All right. Yeah. Alexandra Arcana, thank you very much for the super chat. Oh, I would love to come back to the colonies. Sat on the moon. Sat in Mars. Come on, tell me that. So, I'm so sorry. I'm missing all these questions.
Somebody wants to know if I was a Boy Scout. I definitely was, but
Kevin was a Boy Scout. Any other? Have you ever considered or had gigs outside of the UK? Yes, I have. I have gigged in Slovakia, Hungary, Denmark, Norway. I have gigged in Australia, the US. I've gigged New Zealand. Oh God, I don't want to forget anywhere. So yes, I've gigged all over the world. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to come back. Vitor, thank you so much for the super chat. I would love to come back to Oxford. Love coming to Oxford. I just need to nag the people who book that gig to get me there. How are you creating new material these days? I think I covered that one. What's your favourite video game ever? Oh, my favourite video game ever. Oh, that's a difficult one. I think Portal 2. Portal 2 is just a dream. It's just that sci-fi dystopian dream, shooting portals, jumping through tunnels. I love it. Hey, Di, will you play Warframe with me? No, because I don't know what the game is.
When will the next live be is another question.
When will the next live be? Well, if you guys think this was a good idea, please, let's do it again. What do you reckon? 2 weeks? 2 weeks, all right? A month?
A month, Unana.
Remember, a month, Unana.
I've
got to make the behind the mic video, and I want this to be sustainable for when we get the gigs back. So I'd say, a month is good. We'll do a month.
Do it every 2 weeks.
Look at that, I got a look. Who influenced you, Di? Doug Stanhope. I think he's absolutely brilliant. Kathy Griffin. Her energy is just constant. It's really great. Have you ever tried slow gin? Yes, I have. All gin makes me slow. What's your 3 top shows to watch right now?
Gotta go with what was the thing we just watched that finished and we were sad?
Oh no! I just finished watching The Purge. I got addicted to The Purge. Absolutely loved it. I really love Dirk Gently's detective thing. And what was the other one?
I
love The Expanse.
We did like Norseman first of all, but then
we liked Norseman, but we thought it got a bit dry.
Jakob, don't forget.
Oh, Jakob, thank you very much for the super chat.
Alexandra.
Oh, Sugar Puffs, thank you for the super chat. Oh, and Alexandria, thank you ever so much. Oh, you two are totally sort of like buying me drinks left, right and centre. This is lovely, thank you. I hope I answered those questions. Yes. Oh, well, I'm glad you're looking forward to the next live. I think this was reasonably good. This was an experiment.
I've had fun.
I hope you've had fun watching this. I've had fun doing it. You've had fun, Kevin?
Yeah, and Jen's just put "fuck my fingers are tired," and that's not a wanking reference.
Can we all just say a big thanks to Jen, because John Williams, what's your favourite science if? Science if? I'm going to just say The Expanse. I like that. I'm not sure what a science if is. Can we have a big round of applause for Jen S, the moderator, please, who has been madly trying to do this. Yeah. I think Jen's fantastic. And thank you, Kevin. I'll just say thank you once again to my sponsors. Thank you to everyone who participated and wrote. I can't wait to read this back. This is exciting, and I think we'll do this again. It was pretty successful. If you're new, thank you for coming along. Please follow me on all my social media. Stay safe. Oh God, look at me. Sorry. That was a childish one that I made myself, which I quite liked. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. The final thing I do want to say, apart from stay safe, is I can't tell you how much you've made my day, because obviously having all the live work cancelled, I miss it. I miss being there. I miss being in front of people, and I miss seeing that moment when I can make you laugh. So when you write to me and when you watch my comedy and when we're interacting like this and you make me laugh, this is the connection that I've missed so much. This night has just been absolutely brilliant for me. So I'm definitely keen on doing it again. Oh, Christy N. Nuenti, thank you very much for the super chat.
Can I make you an animation?
Can I make you an animation of dodging food then getting splattered with elephant milk? Yes, please. Here, use this. Will that work? Oh, sorry. Jason Case, thank you very much for the super chat. Just found you this month. Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad I make you laugh. That is what I'm here to do. That is what sharing the joy is so important. Harry DeWolf, thank you so much for the super chat. I think that's it. Right, wonderful. Okay, guys, have a great night, and stay safe, and love to you all.